Welcome to the 10th episode of Colonial Corner.
I'm Jackson Ruhalter.
And I'm Sarah Godfrey.
So, apparently, a lot of people have been coming to MG with their problems.
Let's see what kind of advice she has for them.
Hey! Hey! Welcome to Ask MG, where you guys ask and I answer. So our first question is from @FlyGuyNo, and he said, I am having trouble getting into college. Well, that's not a question, so maybe that's why you can't get into college. So the next question is from @Whipping in Winnipeg, and they said, I want to save up for a new car if you have any tips. And actually, I was reading this thing, and it's like every time you go pay for something and you get your change back, save any $5 bills and just put them in a box. And then by the end of the year, you'll have a bunch of fives and you'll have a bunch of money. You're welcome. So this next question is from @Todd, and he said, which is better, Mac or PC? And personally, I'm a fan of PCs. I like Dells. As you can see, they're a great product, long battery life, and they're cheap, they're inexpensive, they're perfect for everything. So PC all the way. The next question is from @JimH, and he says, Dwight has been really messing with me at work. How should I deal with him? And Dwight, I think you need to stop. That's not cool, and messing with people really just is not cool, Dwight. The next question is from @Sean Penn, and it is not a question. He said, I can't swim. And I think if you can't swim, you shouldn't swim. Okay, our next question is from @Whipping in Winnipeg again. And he said, Dwight stole my car. And okay, we have just been updated with a picture of Dwight right here. And anybody, if you see him, call the police, have him arrested because he is just ruining everybody's life. Okay, that's all we have time for today. So remember, if you have any questions, please just use the hashtag #AskMG.
I'm gonna tweet that.
Hey, did you know that we almost weren't the host for this episode?
Really?
Yes. Let's see who else the class had in mind.
I don't know.
I'd love to see Mr. Manning host Colonial Corner. You know, change it up. That'd be pretty cool. Or have a teacher like B Chuck or Mr. Plecchio. Someone that the kids will be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe they did it. Oh my gosh, you know what I mean?
I know what you mean. All right, thanks, man. All right, so who do you want to see host Colonial Corner?
I would like to see Junior and Ryan Lattimore host Colonial Corner.
All right, Sarah, so who would you like to see host Colonial Corner?
I think that Sarah Godfrey and Jackson Revolzer would be excellent hosts for Colonial Corner.
All right, thanks. All right, so who would you like to see host Colonial Corner?
Sully and Charlotte Duff.
All right, thank you. All right, Zane, who would you like to see host Colonial Corner?
You know, the two people I would love to see host Colonial Corner both have the same name. One, Matt Nadoro. Great personality, great guy. Second, Matt Rulon. Attractive individual, great head of hair, excellent gymnast, had great definition, and he'd be just great to look at as a host on Colonial Corner.
Chelsea, who would you like to see host Colonial Corner?
I think Jackson and Sarah would be a great fit for Colonial Corner.
All right, thank you. So, who would you like to see host Colonial Corner?
Kevin Connor and Connor Wisloff.
All right, thank you.
So the school's looking to expand the senior lot.
Let's see what Mr. Manning has to say about this.
The target date is after spring break. Well, I think it's going to make parking easier in two ways. Number one, it's going to create, I believe, 100 or so additional spots. Number two, the design of coming in and getting out of the lot is going to make entering and exiting easier. And finally, the third thing, from what I understand, is that they're going to make the spaces a little bit wider. Mr. Pendergrass and myself met with a representative from Morristown municipality, and we discussed a plan to identify a couple of areas around the school where students could have permits that would kind of negate the 2-hour rule. I can't limit the number of parking passes that I give out. We issue anyone who is eligible, who meets the criteria, gets a parking pass, and then it becomes a first come, first serve situation.
So, Lucas Chirillo is starting to learn how to drive.
Let's look at what his dad has been teaching him.
Hey Lucas, I was kind of hungry. You want to go get something to eat? I know your birthday's coming up in a couple weeks, and I think you need a driving lesson.
Okay, sounds good. Let's go.
All right. Another thing that happens a lot when you're driving, especially on a long trip, you have to stay focused even while other things are going on. Like as you're going along and you're like, you know, you're getting distracted by tiredness or distracted by other things. Like, you know, when you were young, the kids in the back, you're like screaming or fighting with your brother. You know, sometimes it was, you'd actually like, I have to like correct you guys in the back, be like, be quiet back there. Grandpa, he was like, one of the best, you know, drivers fuzzy even I've ever seen. Like, he could actually drive the whole car with his knee. See how, like, I'm driving it with my knee right here?
Oh, do not.
As he's, I could saw him eat a Big Mac, a fries, and a drink all at the same time, or driving like 70 or 80 miles down the highway. So, you know, that takes a lot of practice. Oh, you're gonna eat while I'm trying to give you a driver's lesson?
Yeah.
You're gonna eat in front of me?
Yeah.
Well, the point is, if you got like food, hold the wheel for a second, all right?
Okay.
You got that?
Oh, whoa there. Okay. Oh, this is. Wait.
No, the point is, you know, you have to drive safely. See, when I didn't have two wheels on well, you had two wheels on the on the steering wheel. Right? So at all times, we had two hands on the steering wheel. So it was technically still safe. You know, I know that.
I don't think that's how safety works.
Well, don't put that one on the driver's ed test. Like, you know how when you're rock climbing, it's like 3 points of contact?
Yeah.
So you can do that same thing when you're driving. So if I go ahead and I drive with my forearms while I'm eating, I'm technically having still 3 points. Or I got my knee and my hand, you know, or I got two knees, and then both hands can then be having your sandwich. When I was a kid, I used to drive on my dad's lap. But
kind of like hold the wheel and try it myself.
All right, you go ahead. You got the wheel. I'm gonna go ahead and so you drive.
Okay.
But you have one hand and I have one knee, so we really need another point of contact. Maybe you get an elbow in there. No. All right. Now I'll put my one hand, my pinky. There we go. All right. We got that. We got one pinky. We got one hand. We got one knee. So that's 3 points of contact. That's 50% better than the two pieces of driving. The 9 o'clock and the 3 o'clock thing.
Yeah.
So we are much better when we use this technique. The most dangerous thing these days is the texting driving. So even though you can eat and you can maybe sometimes, you know, when you're talking, being Italian, you have to use your hands a little bit, but that's a little bit much, you know,
safer.
Much safer than
safety first.
Safety first than texting and driving.
Anyone want to refilm RoboCop with me?
I'll remake RoboCop with you if RoboCop isn't in it.
My name's Chief!
Gosh. Welcome back to the movie show. Life is a cycle of just making the same mistakes over again until your flaws deepen.
Your father was an evil man.
What are you guys doing? Stop.
Better lose yourself in the music moment. Gotta never let it go. You only get one shot. No, don't miss your chance to blow, because opportunity comes once in a lifetime.
File your tax returns.
Y'all ready for this?
Hello. Today I'm going to teach you how to properly file your tax returns.
3 times.
Click the go button.
All right, guys. I know you didn't have the time, but come on, a moment of silence for Matt LeBlanc.
Y'all ready for this?
Welcome back to the B movie. We are going to be reviewing acclaimed 1990s television show Friends with Matt LeBlanc. Connor, what'd you think of Friends?
I'm cold.
I thought Friends was pretty great. My favorite part is when they were friends.
Do you have loan? Well, you maybe and how you get it. So, as you can see right here, and that's how you get it. And the symptoms.
My grandkids love me. Alone. Friends is a fun sitcom. I enjoyed it.
I brush my teeth 3 times a day.
I don't really know what else there is to say.
I'm Frog Cop.
My grandkids love me!
So I heard Lloyd has gotten into some legal trouble.
Let's go take a look at his case.
Excuse me, sir. Do you know when my case will start?
You are case number 55, and right now we are on case number 5.
Number 5?
Uh, 55. Mr. Quinn, who's your counsel?
I have no idea.
No idea?
I'm his lawyer.
Do you have proof that you're an attorney?
Yeah, where's your proof?
Here's my proof, Your Honor.
What is this?
Mr. Quinn, your complaint says that you robbed a bank, you shot the mayor, you ran a red light, and then you parked by a fire hydrant. What say you?
Your Honor, not all that is true. The light was yellow.
Your Honor, in my client's defense, the mayor's very old. The bank was Wells Fargo. He was getting his money back. The light was yellow, as he said, and the fire hydrant was the only space he could find.
We find the defendant guilty for being stupid in a court of law.
Order in the court. Mr. Quinn, I sentence you to a week in prison. Don't worry, you'll be out Friday by 9.
All right, let's go. Did we get most of the bailiff here? Come on!
Next case. Sir, it says here on the complaint that you punched the delivery guy for failing to put pepperoni on a pizza. What say you?
I didn't even want that, man. I wanted pineapple.
6 months, county jail. Next case.
Yo, free Charles Oakley.
Bubbles. Bubbles. Bubbles.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to say bubbles angrily.
All right, well, let's see if anybody else can do it.
Alright, that's it for today.
Hope you enjoyed.
Don't forget to give us a like and subscribe.
Have a great spring break.
Peace.
Just a song before I go, to whom it may concern. Traveling twice the speed of sound.